Hey, beautiful women, how are you? Hope you're having an amazing day. Hope some of you are going to jump on live with me. I'm very excited about this. It's going to kind of bring things together for you. So I've called this Rapid Ascension 5 Steps to 5 Figures because that seems to be the elusive number, right? With a lot of coaches or entrepreneurs, healers, whatever you are, even network marketers, that kind of 5-figure month thing seems to be like the first major milestone, right? And then it can be multiples. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Nice to see you. Say hi as you jump on and definitely let me know where you're tuning in from. I love to see where everyone is around the planet. So today, like I said, we're talking about rapid ascension. So just really rapidly being able to create your goals. So if you are someone who, like I said, is a coach, is a healer, some sort of online entrepreneur, maybe you're a network marketer, one of the first big goals that so many people have and that seems so elusive is those 5-figure months. So these are the 5 steps, really. Like I've actually just finished up my first quantum expansion sort of mastermind or group training yesterday, which has been so epic. And I was just kind of doing a summary and that's kind of what I really want to share with you, right? Everything that we kind of went through in that program, I've kind of condensed it all to sort of 5 steps, right? 5 steps that you kind of need to master to be able to explode your business. Because this is the thing, is that all the success you want, whatever you desire, it is available to you right now. And the biggest problem that people have is they keep pushing their desires away. They keep thinking it's so far away. If you line up with these 5 things, like if you follow these 5 steps, you can have it now. You can have it next month. It is not so far away. It is just a tiny tweak in your perspective that is often a massive shift. I mean, here's the first thing to say, right? Everything is internal. Your life always reflects you, right? Your life reflects you. It doesn't test you. So whatever is your reality right now, not just in business, but in your personal life, relationships, weight, money, bank account, all that stuff, that reflects what's going on inside. So if there's any part of you that thinks that you can fix anything from seeking something outside of you, you are wrong, right? Even if you want to change your weight, if you want to change your money, it all starts within. It's not about getting a better job. It's not about winning the lottery, right? Losing the weight isn't even about getting a personal trainer and going on a meal plan, because it's your beliefs it's your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, your beliefs about what's happening that makes the biggest shifts, right? Everything is internal, right? Your reality is just a reflection of what's going on within. So when I work with women, everything we're doing is internal work. I'm not giving them some magic secret sauce strategy, like, do this kind of email campaign or do these funnels or do these ads or anything like that. That's not how you build a successful business. There are certain tactics that you can use for sure. But if you want a soul aligned business, if you want something that comes from ease and flow and that feels good to you, that you love, that has consistent income, and you don't want it to be hard and you don't want to be stressed, and you don't want to be constantly hustling and struggling and feeling, anxiety and fear that things aren't happening, then you need to start within, right? You need to start internally. So maybe I'm just going to share just quickly. I know a lot of you know me, but there's newbies here too. So I just want to share, I only got into the entrepreneurial space, almost 4 years ago, but the start was network marketing, right? And starting network marketing, that got me into the world of personal development. But I saw network marketing as my ticket out of my full-time job, right? I'd just had my daughter and I did not want to work 50 hours a week for someone else and put her in childcare, which is what I was doing. So I jumped into network marketing and I thought that was going to be my ticket out of there. But no matter how hard I worked, and I worked bloody hard. This is the thing. I've come from a lot of masculine energy. I've been in management positions. I was a general manager. I've always been about processes and structure and action, and I can outwork anyone, right? I feel like I learned that from my dad. I had this great work ethic. But what was happening in my network marketing business, and you might be able to relate to this if you're a network marketer, that I was on all the trainings, I was doing all the things, right? I was doing all the reach outs, all the posts, I was doing everything they told me to do, I was tracking everyone, I had all these spreadsheets happening, but I wasn't getting the results. And the harder I tried, the more I pushed, the more sort of desperate I became for the success, because it was, in the beginning, the first month was actually quite easy. I was excited and I had quite good results, right? And then things sort of became a bit more challenging, and I still had some good results, but the more time that went on, the more desperation grew, right? It was like, oh my God, when am I going to break through? When is this going to happen? I'll just push harder. I'll work harder, right? Whatever they tell me to do, I'll do double. So it was all about pushing and forcing. But I knew deep down that I had blocks, like I had things that were holding me back, right? I just could feel it. I could see other people succeeding, right? I could see that it could be done. So I was like, why? What's wrong with me, right? What's wrong with me? And so that led me on a path to get into coaching. But even when I started my coaching business, for the first 6 months or so, I struggled. I didn't make any money because, again, I was looking outside of me for the perfect strategy, that system that was going to help me blow up my business. And month went past where I made nothing, or like $500, maybe $1,000 in my business, right? And I'd signed up for high-end courses. I was downloading every free PDF to sales strategies, and this is how you close, and this is how, like, whatever. I signed up for a couple of different high-end courses that were thousands and thousands, cheap courses, free stuff, all of it, right? And I had quit my job. I was all in. I was doing this coaching thing, but I wasn't getting any clients, right? And I was struggling and I was hustling. And when it all changed was only earlier this year, wasn't that long ago. It all changed in a heartbeat, right? I got the right help. I got the coach that helped me. And it all changed in a heartbeat. But what it was, which is what I'm going to share with you, right, are these I've nailed it down to kind of these 5 major steps. And like I said, it all starts within. It's all internal, right? So as we go through this, if you've got any questions, please pop them in the chat. Like I said, say hi when you jump on. Let me know where you're coming in from. So the first thing is your own worthiness and value, right? You have to be so connected to your own worthiness and value. And with most of the clients I work with, this is the first area that we need to work on, right? And what I mean by that is that you need to know that you are enough. You need to know that you are enough within yourself, that what you do and what you offer the world is enough, that you are so connected to your own self-worth that nothing can shake that, right? So if you're showing up on social media and you're doing posts and you're doing lives and you're doing things, and then you're looking at it and you're going, oh, I didn't get any interaction. Oh my God, that means that no one likes it, or that it's not really connecting with my ideal customer, right? If you're getting on sales calls and you get deflated when someone says no, because you're making up this meaning in your head that if someone's saying no, it means you're no good at this, right? So if there's any part of you that is connecting your self-worth to what's actually happening in your reality, you're always going to be struggling. Actually, and just side note, I just did a podcast on that this week. So check out Soul Aligned Business Babes podcast, episode 6, if you want to go deeper into worthiness, right? So the first thing is that worthiness. You can't be looking for external validation. And so many people, when they start an entrepreneurial business, are looking for that external validation. They're like, well, I need to sign clients and then I'll know that I'm good enough, right? So when I sign the clients, when I make the money, then I'm good enough. That's all backwards, because what's happening is it's like being in a relationship and constantly and not feeling good enough in your relationship unless your partner constantly gives you validation. Now, what often happens is that you often, if let's talk about a relationship, is that if that's you, right, if you're looking to your partner to constantly validate you, you're probably feeling like you're lacking something. You're probably not feeling good enough, whether or not you're not feeling desirable enough, or like you're a good enough partner, or just not loved enough. Because this is the thing, is that no one else can ever give us enough validation if we're looking for it in something else. Does that make sense? Your validation has to come from within. Right? It has to come from within. Because if someone can say something to you or something can happen to you and you lose faith in yourself, then you are going to be crushed easily in this entrepreneurial world, right? And this is like, honestly, the first place that most people struggle. They don't feel good enough, right? They don't feel good enough in their business. So how to connect to that, how to build that self-worth is to just sit down with yourself and go, who am I that makes me worthy? How do I know that I'm enough? Connect back into the value of what you do. How do you help transform people's lives, right? You need to know you're enough whether or not people actually say yes to you or not. Does that make sense? Like you have to know you're enough. You've got to be unshakable, right? I know I've had some clients recently that they are worried about showing up as their full selves on social media, right? They're worried about what their family might think or what old friends from school or cousins or aunties and uncles might think of them if they show up in their full self and really express themselves. You got to let that shit go, right? That is going to hold you back. You need to be able to step into to have a soul-led business, to have a business that flows with ease, right? To have a business that you love, that lights you up, that you are consistently doing the income that you want to do. You've got to come from a place of truth. You've got to kind of really connect back into your soul and show up as your authentic self. And I actually had a client say to me, just last week, and she was like, I don't really know who the true me is, right? And, you know, I can relate to that because I feel like I might have said that a year ago as well. Here's who and if that's you, here's who the true you is, right? The true you is just showing up and saying whatever the fuck you want to say. And I swear that's part of me, right? When I get like feisty or fired up, that's part of me. And I'm not going to make any apologies for it. If you don't like it, tune out, right? And this is the thing. So you being you is just showing up and sharing whatever the hell you feel inspired to share and not holding back, right? It's when you hold yourself back. It's when you think, oh, I can't do that because these people might not like it. Or I don't know if I should do that because I don't know if my ideal client's going to like that. That is disconnecting from your truth, right? So connecting to your truth and knowing that you are enough, that is the first place you need to start in your business. If you don't feel amazing about yourself and what you do, start there. Forget about the strategies, right? Forget about building the funnels. Forget about, I don't know, even building a group or a automated program or whatever you're focusing on, the perfect website. These tactics are just keeping you from the real work, and the real work all starts within. So work on your value, work on your self-worth. That is number one. Get that solid, right? Because everything comes from there. If you don't have that solid, then you are going to be up and down in your business, right? So to have consistent 5K months or more, right? It's about that consistent energy of I know that I'm enough. And, you know, when I get on a sales call, whether or not someone says yes to me, don't get me wrong, like it's taken me time to get here, right? But, well, I changed it pretty rapidly. I changed it within a couple of weeks when I really knew that this was what had been holding me back. Because I would get on sales calls before and then I would get very deflated if people said no to me, right? Because I connected the outcome to my self-worth. So now when I'm on calls, I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I even helped a girl realize that I wasn't the right coach for her. Okay. So I'm not connected. I'm not attached to whether or not someone says yes or no to me. I know the power of my work. I know that I'm helping women transform their lives, right? I know that. And I know that the work I do has helped me, and I know it's helped many others, and I'm connected to that. And I know that those that are ready for it will be a yes. And those that aren't ready, it's not for them, or they're still stuck in their excuses. That's their journey to go on, right? And maybe there's someone else that's more suited. So I'm not connected to that, and you can't be either. Because if your self-worth is up and down every time someone says yes and no to you, you're never going to master this, right? So that's the first thing, self-worth. You have to know your own value. Second step is just absolute clarity on your goals. Do you know where you want to go, right? Do you know where you want to take this business? Have you got a vision? Because the way the subconscious mind works, and also the universe, right? Subconscious mind actually doesn't know what's real or imagined, right? It doesn't know what's real or imagined. So when you really tune into a clear vision of where you want to go, your subconscious mind actually subconsciously takes you there, right? So visualize, once you've got your vision, then visualization, like a meditation visualization, is a super powerful way to help you really connect in with that. Excuse me. It's getting very warm here today. It's going to be 30 degrees, which I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's going to be hot today. So having a goal and a vision, like knowing what you actually want to create, that is like so key. So the bigger vision, and then also what you want to create this month. You've got to be clear on what you actually are trying to achieve. And when I come to step 3, you'll understand why. So I had set a lot of goals in my business before and always failed, right? And felt really deflated about it. And so it's not that you have to map out a business plan of every month what I'm going to create, but you need to know what you're focused on this month, and when I come to the next step, it'll become really apparent why. So you absolutely have to have clarity on where you want to go, right? A lot of people are just, I want to build a business, want to get clients, but they're not super clear. Do you want 1 client this month, 2 clients this month, 3 clients? Is it a 10K month? What is it, right? Because a part of the next step is clearing resistance. So get clarity on those goals, that big vision, know where you want to go, and spend some time getting excited about that, because your subconscious mind will pull you there, and energetically you're sending out the picture of where you want to go, right? So have that clarity and vision. But the other part of this is have clarity on who you want to work with. Now, it's really interesting. I've had a lot of clients lately who come to work with me they are clear on their niche and they're clear on their offer, and within the first few weeks of working with me, they change it. And it's not because I'm encouraging them to change it. It's because when you really connect back to your truth and what really lights you up, often that's different from what you're doing. And so one of the things I always help them to do is to get clear on who they want to work with. Not who is your ideal niche, right? Who do you really want to work with? Because that's different. When you operate from the place of, okay, I'm a health coach, therefore my ideal niche, the niche I want to target, is going to be mums that have had kids that are struggling to lose baby weight. I'm going to target that niche, right? And so when you take that avenue or that stance, which is the way a lot of people work out their niche, what you do is you then retrofit yourself and your offer to solve that problem. And the problem with that is that you then spend your life going, okay, what do I need to say to speak to that person, right? What do I need to say to convince that person to work with me? Does that make sense? So you're constantly, when you're kind of going, okay, this is who my ideal person is, I'm going to focus on trying to make her, trying to make her see the value in what I do and sell to her. That's very different from actually asking yourself, and this is a infinitely better place to come. I promise you, you'll love your business so much more if you do this, is to ask yourself, who would I love to work with? It's my business. I'm waking up every day. Who do I want to work with, right? Who would I love to, if you are a coach, who would I love to get on Zooms with every day? What kind of woman would I love to work with, right? Because this is your business. You get to decide how things go for you. So tuning into what would light you up and who you would love to work with is very different from going, who's this ideal customer and problem I'm going to solve, and I'm going to fit myself into that. This way, it's like, I get to be me, and who is it that I would absolutely love to work with, right? Who would I really love to help? It's different. It might feel very similar, but it's different. So for me, I want to work with ambitious, driven women who want to blow up their businesses. They are prepared to work hard. And this isn't about working 12-hour days. It's just that they're all in. They're excited. They're ambitious and driven and really want this, and spiritually connected too, right? That's my ideal woman. And I was doing this process with one of my clients the other day, and she had kind of similar things. And then other things she added into her ideal person were drinks a little bit, swears a little bit, right? So you can make this ideal person whoever you want. And the point of that might seem silly, but where that came from was she was talking about that she was creating this thing in her business, and the wording that came to her was like, I've had enough of this shit moment, right? And then she was like, oh, but I don't know if I should say the word shit. I'm like, why not? Because when you choose to work with the women that you want to work with, those women get you, right? This is the point, is that when you go, who do I really want to work with? But often they are people like you, or like who would be friends of yours, often people that you're really going to align with. And those women or men, right? If you're working with men or whoever you're working with, those people, they are going to get you, right? They are really going to get you. And so then you get full permission to show up as yourself, because your ideal client is someone who's going to get you. And that's completely different from always questioning yourself and asking, okay, this is my ideal client. How do I show up and appeal to them, right? It completely changes the energy behind your business and how you operate, right? And here's the thing, everything is energy. Like, that's the whole point of all of this, right? Everything is about your energy. Your energy is magnetic. And your energy is simply your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, right? What you believe about your business, what you think about your business, what you focus on in your business is what you are creating. So if you are constantly thinking about, how do I say the right things to make that person like me or want to work with me, you're operating from a place of lack, and you're operating from a place of a lack of worthiness, right? Because when you just know your value and you know that you are enough as you are, you get to show up as you are, saying whatever the hell you want, and you know that will connect with your ideal person, right? So I hope that's made sense. So the next part, when you have absolute clarity on where you want to go, what your goals are, and who you want to work with, the next thing is being able to fully align with your desire, right? Fully align with your desire. And this is often the missing piece. This is like the big piece that I was missing completely, and that most of my clients are missing. It is the thing, right? It's having resistance to your desire. So the reason that I say it's so important to have a clear goal of what you want to create like this month is that when you have a clear goal of what you want to create this month, so whether it's, 3 clients or 5K or 10K, whatever it is, when you tune into how you feel about that happening, how much you believe it's actually going to happen, you then reveal what your resistance is that's blocking it, right? So we create our own resistance. We create our own resistance with our thoughts, with our focus, with our emotions. So let's say you want to have a 5K month. Let's say that's like 3 clients for you or something, right? And you've never done that before. You're a new coach. You've only ever signed 1 client a month, or maybe some months none. So 3 clients seems like a lot. So when you tune into how you believe about it, you might have a lot of active energy that actually is making you feel like, I don't really think I can do that because I haven't done it before, right? And like, what if I sign 3 clients and they don't get the results they want? Or, I don't trust that I can get 3 clients because I don't know how I'm going to do it, right? I want to figure out the how. How do I get those 3 clients? I can't align my energy with that. And that's all those things, all those worries, all those doubts, all those fears, they are your resistance that blocks it. So when you want 3 clients and then all your active energy is, but I don't know how I'm going to get it, and I've never done that before, and I'm not sure that I can get them that greater results, and all those sorts of doubts, you are blocking them. You are repelling them. The way to attract those 3 clients and to scale your business rapidly is to tune into those 3 clients, identify those active stories, that active resistance. And it's just stories. It's just what you've been focusing on. So if one of them is, what I was saying was, when you clear that and you tune into that and you get excited about that happening, it is coming to you so quickly, right? So quickly. So If your resistance is, well, I don't think I can get 3 clients this month because I've never done it before. And last month I wanted to get 3 clients and I didn't do it then either. So the story that I'm making up in my head is that I can't get 3 clients because I haven't done it before. Okay. So how we shift that is by talking to that part of us, by listening to the fears, the doubts, the resistance, and talking to that part of you and simply saying, okay, cool. You've never got 3 clients before. That is a fact, right? But what have you focused on before in your life and achieved? What have you, how can you get behind believing it? Here's the thing. This is an attraction-based universe, right? We get what we believe and we focus on, right? We get what we give our attention to. We get what we expect always. If you expect not to sign the 3 clients, then you don't sign them. If you expect to sign them, they come, right? They come. That's how this works, okay? So you listen to all those fears and you hear that story. Okay, I don't feel like I can get 3 clients because I haven't done it before. So you talk to that part of you. Okay, cool. I get that. But here's the thing. Once upon a time, everything was new. Signing your first client was new and you'd never done that before. Once upon a time, walking was new, riding a bike was new, talking was new, right? Like driving a car was new. That we've learned new things, right? You've now accomplished many, many things in your life that you had never done before. But for you to be able to do that, you need to have a belief that you can, right? You need to have a belief that you can. So your belief needs to be fully behind your desire, right? You need to connect with your desire and you need to feel that it absolutely is coming. You need to have a knowing that it is done, right? It is possible. And when you do, this is the core part. When you have that knowing that it is absolutely coming and there's not a single part of resistance in your body, you've cleared it all. You've been able to talk to all those parts of you and clear it. Your desire will come quickly, right? Will come quickly. So, so this is the thing. Like I said, I was working as a coach, by meaning trying to get clients, not really getting any for the first 6 months of my business. Then I learned how to align my energy. I learned how to clear the resistance and I learned how to align with what I wanted. And what I wanted was 3 clients for my new offer, right? And by the way, this new offer was something that I just created that I'd never worked with anyone with, right? It was brand new. It was a completely different direction to what I had done before. Like I said, because I tuned into this work, I was like, okay, first of all, connect to my worthiness. How do I know that I'm amazing and my work's amazing? How have I helped others before? I tuned into who the hell do I want to work with and what would I love to help them with? And by doing that, I changed direction. But then I decided that I wanted to get 3 new women for this beta program, and I learned how to align my energy with it. So I had all those resistant thoughts come up, right? All the resistant thoughts you might be having, I had all those come up. But I learned that process to clear them and align with my desire. And then I signed 3 clients in 3 days. Okay. Now I was showing up in my business doing the same things, meaning that I did some posts, I did some lives in a group, I don't know, a few Insta stories. That's about it, right? I was doing a few lives, a few posts, a few lives. That's about it. The actions didn't change, right? The actions did not change, but the belief did. I felt excited. I knew it was done, right? I was 100% behind my desire. I know that it's done and I felt that. And from that energy, I am then magnetic. I'm on the same wavelength. I'm like, I know I can help these women. I have something incredible to offer. I'm bringing them in. I know that it's done. And that is the energy that creates, right? That is the energy that creates. And this, like I said, is the massive missing piece for most people, right? And this is how you rapidly ascend. This is how you have those quantum leaps. You line up your belief with a new reality. You clear any resistance and decide that it's done and know that you can have it and it comes to you quickly. So here's how most people, though, build their businesses. And this is how I started and how most entrepreneurs start. Okay, I've got a business. What do I need to do? Okay. need to set up some basic things. Then I need to work out how to market myself. I'm going to go do a marketing course. And this marketing course is going to teach me how to do it, right? So I'm going to do a marketing course. Okay, they're telling me I need to do this, then I need to do this, then I need to do this, and da-da-da-da. Everyone's got different systems, right? Organic marketing, funnels, or webinars, or one person sells this way, one person sells that way. There's a million different ways, right? But everyone's telling you something different. But you think, okay, I've got to do these things. And then from doing all these things, then I will start to get the business, right? Now, how that works is that if you stick at that long enough, taking these actions, slowly, you build up your belief about being able to get the results, right? So if you start taking lots and lots of action and then you get a little result, you're like, oh, okay, it's working. I'm going to take lots of more action and then I get another little result. Oh, that's working. And so then it builds your belief that things are working out and that you can actually have your desire. But this is how to do it this is how to have a quantum leap. This is how to do it rapidly. If you're interested in not doing it the hard way and doing it the easy way, this is how you do it. You decide what you want, right? 3 clients, 5K, 10K, 100K, whatever you want. You shift any resistance that is blocking it. Now, my advice is if you've only done 1K a month, don't set your goal at 100K because probably not, it's not impossible, but you're probably not going to be able to get your belief behind that, okay? That's like an incredibly massive jump. But when you clear your resistance, you can get your belief behind, say, 3 clients this month or 5K, like the next level up, right? And you can clear that resistance. And when you believe that that is possible for you, when your belief is behind it, when you know that it's possible, it comes into your reality so quickly. I had a client a little while ago and she had a network marketing business and, we were working on her income goals and she was hitting them. And then she just on one of our calls, she's like, I want to do 10K. I want to do 10K this month. It's like, awesome. And she's like, you know what? And I don't even care if it comes from my business or not. I just want to create 10K. And I was like, awesome. And she was like, oh my God, I'm buzzing. I love it. I'm going to create 10K. And she was just so excited, right? Guess what happened? Within 2 days, 10K landed in her bank account. Didn't come from her business, it came from a completely unexpected source. But this is the thing, your belief, your energy, your vibration is everything. So aligning with your desire and clearing that resistance is like the core part of it, right? The core part of it. This is the secret to having those quantum leaps. And when you master this, things just happen so quickly, right? It's just mind blowing, right? And this is what I'm passionate about because, like I said, I'm a hard worker, but I don't want to take forever to get to, I've got massive goals and I love working with the women that have massive goals too, right? I want to help them get there. Fuck taking 10 years to get there. Let's do it now, right? Let's do it now. Let's line up and let's take some jumps. It doesn't need to take a year to get to 10K months. You can get to 10K months next month, this month, when you line up with it and when you let go of the resistance, which is simply the reasons that you're currently telling yourself about why you can't have it, okay? So, and that's why I'm saying you've got to have a clear goal. You need to know what you're going after to then be able to clear the resistance behind it, okay? And then a part of that is also disconnecting from the outcome. So you can't have anything attached to it, right? You need to align with it, but then at the same time be able to disconnect from needing it. Does that make sense? And that kind of comes back to the worthiness, that you can't have any part of your being or your worthiness or your enoughness attached to, well, if I don't get this desire, it means I'm a failure, okay? Because that's going to be a resistance. That's going to block you from getting it. Okay, so then the fourth part of it, so we've connected to our worthiness and our value. We've got clarity on our goals and who we want to work with. We've aligned with our desire and cleared resistance. The next step 4, is being the person that has the desire now. So we don't get what we want, we get who we are being, right? So the more so this is all about your identity. So the more you tune into how does the woman who is already doing, let's just use 10K month, the woman who's already doing a 10K month, how does she feel? What does she know is true, right? How is she showing up in her business? Really connecting to that identity of that future version of you that is already living your dream. What are the things that make her, right? How does she feel? What is she doing? Really tap into that, okay? Because if you knew for sure that you were doing 10K months every month, right, without fail, or 20K months, whatever your goal is, if you knew that you were doing that for sure every month, you would not sit in worry, right? You wouldn't sit in worry. You wouldn't try and figure out the how. You would know that it's done. So let me give you this example. When you've got a job, right, when you've got a job and someone's paying you for your time, you don't show up every day and worry about whether or not you're going to get paid for your work today, right? You show up and you do your work. You trust that you're going to do your work and you're going to get paid, right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. The person who's consistently doing 10K months and she knows that it's a no-brainer, right? She doesn't worry every second of the day that it's not coming. She knows it's coming, right? She knows it's coming. And so when you can embody the person that already has it, it will come to you, right? So that version of you that already has it, what's she doing? How's she behaving in her business? Are there other things that she's doing that you're not doing? Like maybe showing up as your authentic self on social media, like putting yourself out there. Is that what she's doing? Because that future version of you, like if you've got big lofty goals, I've got a client at the moment that wants to have a 7-figure business, right? Which is awesome. And so possible, of course. But she's afraid to show up on social media. A 7-figure version of you is not afraid to show up on social media, right? A 7-figure version of you knows that she needs to be able to be all of her. She needs to step into her power. She needs to be confident. She needs to be bold. She needs to put herself out there, and she needs to be able to handle if there's any haters out there, or she needs to be able to handle knowing that everyone's not going to love her, okay? Like she needs to handle that. And so we're doing work to shift some of those core beliefs, letting go of the fear of, of rejection. Often these core beliefs can be very deeply rooted. And so we're doing work to kind of rewire that, like that fear of rejection or that needing, that fear of not being accepted or not being loved. When you let go of that things shift. You're able to show up in your full self, right? And so it's about being the person that has it now, right? Really feeling the feelings, getting excited, like feeling into what that desire feels like. That's the secret. Being that person, because you don't get what you want. You don't get to the 10K month by like, oh, I really want that. I really want it. All right. It's desperate energy. You get to the 10K month by going, feels amazing. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I am so excited that I'm doing 10K months. I'm excited to help these women transform at whatever you're doing, whatever sort of business. I'm excited to do this work. I'm excited to help people. I'm excited to be getting the clients. I'm excited for the income. It feels amazing, right? All of that. It's embodying all of that, showing up as the person, being the person that already has it, right? That's step 4. The last part of it, and a lot of people discount this, aligned action, right? Aligned action. And what this looks like is when you're aligned with your desire, when you feel good about your desire happening. And when I talk about being aligned with your desire, it simply means feeling good about it happening. Your emotions are your guidance system. If you think about your goal and you feel bad, then you're disconnected from your inner being and you're pushing it away. If you think about your desire and it feels good, you are bringing it towards you, right? Your feelings are your guidance system. Your feelings are the indication of whether or not it's coming or not. So when you're feeling excited about your business, when you're feeling aligned with it, when it feels, and let me be clear, a lot of people think they're aligned with their business, but when they actually think about signing clients or achieving a goal, then they are in worry and fear. So let me be clear about what being aligned with your desires means. Being aligned with your desires doesn't just mean feeling good about what you do, right? Like you might love the work you do. But if you think about signing 3 clients or having a 10K month this month and you immediately go into worry and fear and anxiety, then you're not aligned with your desire or your goal, right? So I hope that really makes sense. I don't know if anyone's commenting. There are no comments today. But let me know if it's making sense or not. So if you don't feel good about that desire coming, then you have resistance to it, right? So that's the key, right? You can feel good about your work, like I really love my work, but I'm in total fear and scarcity around actually doing the 10K because, oh my God, like where are the clients going to come from? And am I good enough? And oh, I hate selling, right? That stuff is all your resistance, right? So I want to make that clear, right? That all that stuff is your resistance. So that's why it's so important to have a clear goal and desire, because you need to know what it is that's blocking you. But the last part is aligned action. And so when you are feeling aligned, when you're feeling good about your business, it is trusting the guidance that comes. We always have guidance. And what that guidance looks like is just little ideas, little inspiration to do things. And it often looks different from what you think it might be. So this is the part where you need to put down all your strategies and your tactics for a minute, right? All the things that you've been taught or working on, that I need to build an email list to 10,000 people, or I need to be doing funnels, or I need to like do it this way, and I need to reach out to 20 people a day, or I need to do this. Let go of all that shit, right? Let go of all that shit and tune into what am I feeling called to do? Where's your inspiration leading you? Right? Because this is the thing, we are all connected. You're connected to your inner being, you're connected to the universe, we are all connected. And when you're aligned with your desire, then you are being guided on the path of least resistance, right? You are being shown the way to your desire. So don't ignore that, right? When you get a little idea, jump on Facebook and do a live about blah, do it, right? Do it. Trust that guidance. Now, if there's any fear that comes up around that, that's your resistance to clear, right? And so this is the thing. Following your guidance means that your business can operate with ease and flow, right? Because you often do far less. You often do far less because you can rip up the I should do list and trust where you're being called to go. But that doesn't mean it's easy. And I did a live on this a little while ago in this group. Following your guidance doesn't mean that it's easy. Like I said, if you're feeling called to do Facebook lives and they scare the shit out of you, then it doesn't mean you shouldn't do them. If you're feeling called to do it, you should absolutely do it. You just need to clear that resistance around why you're feeling fearful around that, right? And it probably comes back to what other people think. So clear that fear. So trusting the guidance. I mean, the clients all the clients that I've got have come in completely different ways, right? Completely different ways. And, you know, some of them have just reached out to me. Some of them I felt guided to reach out to them. You know, commenting on a random post that had nothing to do with my work at all. Just all sorts of different ways, because the more and more I tune in and follow my guidance, it's leading me on the right path, right? Does that make sense? Like, and I'll be honest, this is my biggest challenge still, is that because my old programming is I want to work and I want to do my part, logically, I try and figure out the how, right? But figuring out the how is not trusting that it's coming. It's like when you do online shopping, right? You place your order with the universe, which is the same as asking you for your desires, right? Asking for that goal. You place your order. So when you do online shopping, you place your order, you click buy now, and then you close down your computer or your phone or whatever, and you sit back and you watch Netflix. And then you just wait for it to turn up, right? You wait for it to turn up. You don't sit at home like looking at your email going, oh my God, has it been sent yet? Has it been sent yet? What courier company is it coming on? Who's delivering it? Who is this person? Is it coming? You don't sit at home. You don't freak out about whether or not it's coming. You trust that it's coming. You know that it's on its way. And aligning with your desires is the same thing, right? Aligning with your goals is the same thing, right? Business is a spiritual game. Decide what your desire is, clear the resistance, all those reasons that tell you why you can't have it, and trust that it's coming. And so when you trust that it's coming, you can chill out, right? You can chill out. Now, that doesn't mean there's no action to take. It just means that you follow where you're intuitively guided to, right? You follow your intuition. So like I said, if you feel guided to write a post on something, write a post on something. And this is the thing, like I said, when you know that, when you're connected to your worth and you know that you're enough, when you're guided to write a post on something, even if it doesn't really relate to your business, like you do it because you know that you are being guided and that you're enough. And from that place, things flow, things are magical, you manifest quickly. life and business can change overnight. It is so, so rapid when you tune into doing it this way, when you let your soul lead you, when you connect to your truth, right? When you trust your guidance, when you release those fears. It is so, so powerful. And, you know, for most of you here, you've got a business, and I want this for each and every one of you, right? Like, we don't need to hustle and struggle. It doesn't need to be that hard, right? Society's conditioned us that we have to do things in a certain way, but most people are disconnected from their inner being, from source. If and if you're all in this group, then I'm assuming that you've got some sort of spiritual connection, right? That you believe in manifestation, you believe in the law of attraction, you know that things can be attracted to you, you know that you can magnetize what you want. And so tapping into this is just epic, right? This is like, it is such a beautiful way to run a business. I work far less, I have far more fun, I'm making more money, I'm helping more women. Like, it's amazing. And I want this for each and every one of you, right? So I hope these steps have all made sense. So connect with your worthiness and your value, right? Just to recap. You've got to know that you're enough no matter what happens outside of you. Get clarity on your goals. You have to know where you're going, and get clarity on who you want to work with, right? Who would you love to work with? Stop trying to retrofit yourself into another box. Decide who you want to work with every day, right? You get to choose. It's your business. Get aligned with your goal. So clear the resistance. This is the most important step, right? You've got to clear that resistance, because that's the only thing that blocks it. This is the thing. When we place an order, right? When we place an order of what we want, it is actually being delivered to us. The only reason it stops from coming is because our resistance, the reasons that we're telling ourselves why we can't have it, the reasons that perhaps we're not feeling safe to have it, or we're not trusting that it's coming, that is literally what's blocking us. So align with your desire, clear that resistance, right? Hear those negative stories and then find another story that disproves it, right? Talk to that part of you to ease that fear or that doubt or that worry, so that you can fully step into trusting that it's coming, right? That's the key, trusting that it's coming. Being the person that has the desire now. Show up as her. It is so, so important, right? You don't get what you want. You get who you're being. So if you're still being the person that's struggling, that's not getting anywhere, that finds it hard, and you're showing up in that energy, you are not being the person that has it. The person that has your desire is owning it. She's loving it. She's certain, right? She's got a different confidence about her. And then taking aligned actions, trusting your guidance, trusting your intuition, following that, right? Following that. This is the key. This is the key to rapid ascension. This is the key to consistent 5-figure months, or like I said, multiple 5-figure months, whatever you want. Like, this is the key. Follow these steps. It is yours. So I hope that has all helped you so much. And I'm sure a lot of you know, I've got a mastermind starting next week. This is an 8-week group program. For those of you that are ready, right, that are totally ready to blow up your business, this is the core of what we cover. We go a lot deeper into so many things, but this is the core of what we cover. It is my desire to help someone's trying to call me, achieve the success they want. And so the group program is lots of 16 trainings. We do weekly group coaching calls where you get to have some one-on-one time, and I can help you shift your blocks. There's meditations, there's so many worksheets and journal prompts to really help you cut through all this stuff. I teach you my vibrational alignment process, which has honestly been the number one thing that's changed my life and my business. And, you know, it's the biggest tool my clients use. There's a private Facebook group for support, and a one-on-one vibrational alignment session. So I actually give you your own EFT script. We go through and we actually clear all the resistance to your goals on the call, and then I give you the steps and the tools that you can use daily to be able to do that. And for the next 5 people, there's also that decide to join us, they also are going to get my full one-on-one support through Messenger, like calls, just, you know, voice memos and text, which honestly is worth as much as the course is, because like having that one-on-one support is like so epic. So that starts next week. So I'm going to pop the link in the header. Actually, after this I'll put the link to join in the header, and I've actually opened up my calendar on this afternoon as well, but also Monday. If you just want to, if you're not quite sure and you want to ask any questions, just book in, I'll put the link as well, book in a really quick 15-minute clarity call and I can just answer any questions for you. So yeah, I'll put the link to join the mastermind. If any of you want to take this next level, do that, or reach out, you can PM me, ask any questions, or book in a little call, and I'm happy to talk to you, right? No pressure, just want to help more women. So I hope you have enjoyed this and that it's really made sense. I was just inspired to come in and share. And I talk about energy a lot, I talk about alignment a lot, but I wanted to kind of bring it all together and really break down those steps, those key core steps that are just going to free you and help you to be able to create a soul-led business, right? A soul-led business with ease, with flow, that feels good. I mean, you can hustle and struggle and do it the hard way and spend 12-hour days implementing different strategies, or you can choose to let your soul guide you and the truth of who you are and be led, right? Be led and have it happen with ease and flow. Choice is yours. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye for now.